What is that?
Okay, I've got a Chris Redfield on the line, patching you through to his aircraft.
Chris Redfield.
Leon, where are you?
Chris, we're just outside of Tachi. Why?
Get the hell out of there!
After 2012's Resident Evil 6, it was pretty obvious that Capcom had strayed too far away from what the franchise is formerly known for, and were facing a bit of an identity crisis. Between disappointing initial sales and mixed critic reception, Resident Evil was in dire need of reflection and re-evaluation. Enter Resident Evil 7, a soft reboot of sorts that took a step back from the over-the-top action previous titles have been building up to, and successfully returned itself to the survival horror roots the original had planted so long ago. Remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 3 soon followed, reminding fans that they fell in love with the games and developing a momentum that the series hadn't felt in some time. With Resident Evil Village, that momentum comes to a head, and the series' resurgence is put to the test.
Someone please tell me, what the hell is going on here?
The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again!
Pizza time.
Picking up a few years after Ethan's visit to the Baker family household,
Welcome to the family, son.
Resident Evil Village returns us to the now quiet life of Mr. Winters, who despite having made it out of the previous game's events alive, can't shake the feeling that a piece of him was left behind. Eventually, that missing piece comes back to find him, in what is ultimately a surprisingly strong conclusion to the Ethan Winters storyline. In many ways, Resident Evil Village was like a celebration of everything the Resident Evil name has managed to stand for, which I suppose is only fitting considering this game came out the year of its 25th anniversary. From intense survival horror, to over-the-top action, ridiculously goofy moments, and wildly entertaining characters, this game has it all.
Yes, it's happening.
With so many different tones the games have managed to capture over the years, you'd think that a game that tries to incorporate them all into one would feel jarring and messy. But by giving each tone their own domain to reside in, partnered with one of the four lords that suits the tone best, you not only give them a chance to have the time and space needed to be explored effectively, but you also create areas with distinct themes that add some variety. For instance, there's Castle Dimitrescu with Lady D, that stands as a staple RE experience, where you must survive against a bad tyrant.
Boy, yeah.
The next locale features Village's best scares, taking away all your weapons to make you feel powerless against the boss baby. Then there's this guy. Not really sure what he's supposed to be. Finally, there's Heisenberg, where shit really starts to go off the rails as things escalate towards the climax. While Village might not be the most focused or fleshed out RE game, it is one of the most fun, juggling the four lords and the individual ideas they represent, serving as a jack of all trades that has a little something for everyone and exhibits some of the best versions of those ideas. As much as I was disappointed with the overall direction this game took, opting for a more action-heavy adventure compared to the traditional survival horror 7 took things back to, I was equally surprised by how much I enjoyed it. The gunplay in 8 is more refined and feels less clunky this time, the Duke is a welcome addition that makes the combat better with his numerous upgrades and equipment, and the way the game caps the action off, playing as Chris descending into the village taking out the Lycan like it's nothing, felt super rewarding after spending the entire game with limited resources and firepower. Village's best idea might come as a surprise to know that it isn't derived from its mechanics or gameplay, but rather its story. Throughout your journey to save Ethan's daughter, you may pick up on some things Ethan experiences that he totally shouldn't bounce back from.
It's the hard knock.
Good.
But does. You might think that the developers have something against Ethan's hands, but really the damage done to them in particular is on purpose. Visual cues that point towards something bigger at play, and a twist that no one will see coming. When that missing piece finds its way back, completing the puzzle yet recontextualizing the entire picture at the same time. In a game that proves that Resident Evil is here to stay, by improving on some of the franchise's weakest elements and strengthening some of its best. You gotta hand it to him on this one.